Joins me here in studio as he does every month. Mayor, great to see you. We have a lot to talk about, including snow removal, rent stabilization. Let's talk about the storm. It was historic, obviously.
It was.
Providence got a lot of snow. You took some criticism coming off of the first storm. How do you think you did with Storm 2?
I think we did really well.
Okay.
Highest snowfall in city
Shocker.
history, and we were passable in 3 days, fully open in 5 days. Brought in a lot of outside equipment, threw everything we had at it. I'm really proud of my team and Department of Public Works, all the people who helped us out, took all the help we could get, National Guard, everyone was hard at work. And from what I've heard from constituents and residents, they're pretty happy with our response as well.
What was the strategy this time?
So in January, we had already learned how and where to haul and store snow. That helped a lot to have those locations ready. I was able to call mayors around the region to get some referrals for some outside help. We got those industrial snow blowers, came in from Connecticut through my relationship with the mayor of Hartford. The mayor of Boston sent some people down to help me. And so we were able to bring a ton of resources into the city, and everyone worked really well together. And we were much more aggressive about the parking ban and enforcement, and residents stepped up. They helped out as well. Right,
and some had criticized some of your tone about the parking bans, about moving the cars out there, but I'm assuming that you believe that's essential in order to get the streets plowed.
Yeah, it's absolutely essential. And by the way, the people who didn't criticize my tone are the people who live on the street when they know there's one jerk on the street that didn't move their car, and that's why their street doesn't get plowed. Everyone, it's a very selfish thing. Everyone else on the street who does the right thing, who follows the government instructions, they get punished by the one person who doesn't move their vehicle. So we towed a bunch of cars. We wrote over 2,000 tickets. Compliance was much better, and as a result, we were able to do better work.
The issue which is facing a lot of mayors, obviously, that storm is historic, is where to dump the snow.
Yeah.
And I know the DEM gave everyone a pass. Did you take advantage of that or no?
We did, and that's one of those things. Just because you can doesn't mean you should do a thing. And we did not want to dump snow in the river because of the potential environmental effects, even though we had gotten permission to do so. We have 4 snow farms in Providence, one right at the edge of downtown in the Jewelry District on Eddy Street, one in Silver Lake on Plainfield Street. There's snow at the Brown Football Stadium on the east side, and then snow on Prairie Avenue.
Pothole response.
Yeah.
There's been some videos out there, hopscotch video where someone challenges you. What is the city's policy?
Yeah, so potholes happen every time this time of year. It's what happens. It's not
Right.
just Providence. And then this year it's worse because part of this snow response is we brought in heavy construction equipment,
Right.
and they beat the heck out of the roads. And so, yes, of course they're worse. We're hard at work. We've got 3 different avenues that are out on the streets as we speak. The Rhode Island Department of Transportation is responsible for state roads. There's a lot of state roads in Providence, and RIDOT is filling potholes. We're grateful for them. They're out there on state roads right now. We have outside vendors helping us with large patches for the really large that are essentially utility patches, and then the DPW crew is doing neighborhood side streets. In the week since the asphalt plant opened back up again, we've made great progress. We're not done yet, but we're better today than we were yesterday. We're filling those potholes as fast as we can find them, and over the next 2 or 3 weeks, the roads will be back in order.
Do you reimburse people who have a tire blowout on your city streets?
Yeah, they have to file a claim.
Okay.
But there's a clear and transparent process for how to do that.
And that's online?
Yeah, or you can call 311 and we'll give you the form.
And there's a big budget for that, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we provide claim recovery throughout the year for anyone who has a valid claim. It has to go through a mild vetting. It's not a tortured process.
Okay.
But we budget for it and we pay out claims all the time.
All right, rent stabilization. I want to give you a chance to kind of explain yourself. You've come under some criticism by not only the council, by some residents who are saying we can't afford the rent, but you're saying if we put a rent cap on buildings, there'll be less buildings coming into town.
Yeah, it's not just that. The rental unaffordability is a real problem. This rent control proposal will lower no one's rent. It's not what it does.
Right.
It decreases the potential increase for some people several years from now. That doesn't provide any relief right now. And so what it's going to do, it's going to deter people from building in Providence, which is going to make our problem even worse. It's going to guarantee rent increases for those buildings that are rent controlled, because those landlords are going to max out every year. We've seen this in studies and experience around the country. And then it's really unfair for who gets it and who doesn't. It's really the large apartment buildings that will end up being rent controlled. You know who lives in those buildings? College students. So you're going to have college students in Providence get a rent controlled apartment, and yet a family that's living on the 3rd floor of a triple decker probably isn't going to be rent controlled because the landlord lives downstairs and those are exempt. So it's unfair. It's going to actually make the rent crisis worse, and it's going to make it harder to build more housing in the city. It's a bad policy.
All right, let's talk about another issue that has a lot of people up in arms. This is the Rhode Island recycled metals.
Yeah.
They're going in before a city hearing tomorrow. There's a lot of pushback on this, not only by local residents, by the Attorney General. Where do you stand with this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fighting this this recycler for years. We've taken them to court several times. We've tried to enforce a stop work order. We've been very aggressive about trying to close this business down. We think that it is an environmental polluter. DEM has documented that, and it's certainly not a job creator or a wealth creator in our community. We'd like to see it go. Now, it's in front of the Board of Licenses. That is an independent board that, frankly, in our city's past has sometimes been subjected to pressure, and so I will not influence that decision. Those are independent board members, but my position on this business is clear. I think it should be gone.
Okay. I want to ask you this one last question. Last week, Attorney General Nerona endorsed Helena Folks. He's been showing some online favor to David Morales, your opponent. Is he in your corner?
Listen, the Attorney General, God love him, he calls balls and strikes when he sees them, and he put a compliment out for my opponent because of something he agreed with, and that's something he should feel free to do. I've worked really closely with the Attorney General on many, many things, and he's not endorsed in the mayor's race. I'd be proud to have his endorsement, but he hasn't made any decisions about that.
Do you think an Attorney General should endorse people in political candidates?
I think he is a politician, and he is free to do whatever he wants to do.
All right, Mayor, we're going to stop there, unfortunately, but we appreciate your time.
Great.
And let's head it over to Em.
Thanks.